Anna Maria von Schurman, Melioris Partis Electio, Episode 8. Primo, itaque loco hic mihi declarandum censeo, me non solum illa dogmata, quae illi nostrae ecclesiae doctores hoc suo scripto, halaeisque toto orbi proponunt, pro orthodoxis agnoscere, sed et universam illorum doctrinam, quam nobis qua publicae qua privatem quotidiae impertiunt, per omnia divinae scripturae conformem comperire. Von Schurman here begins her first point, the first paragraph of the argument. And so, primo, in the first place, here, that it means in this place, censeo, I think, mihi declarandum. Declarandum is a gerundive, that is a verbal adjective. Here it's in the neuter singular and accusative, because it is part of the oratio obliqua introduced by censeo. So she says, and so, in the first place here, I think that it must be declared by me. Or more idiomatically, I think that here I must simply state, or I must state plainly that, and now we have may, with a reference to von Schurman, and this is going to be the subject of another infinitive, the infinitive that's introduced by declarandum, that is declarandum esse, which is introducing oratio obliqua, that I not only, non solum, this is going to pick up with an but also here, sed etiam or sed et, here down below, that I not only illa dogmata, those dogmas or those teachings which those doctors, illi doctores, those teachers of our church, nostrae ecclesiae, in this their writing, hoc suo scripto, as well as in other writings, halaeisque, those which they propose or they set out proponent before the whole world, toto orbi. But we are still not yet to the verb of the oratio obliqua, of which may is the subject, but soon we find it here in the infinitive, agnoscere. I acknowledge them pro orthodoxis. I acknowledge those teachings as orthodox. So, to review, I think that in the first place, primo loco, here I must declare, it must be declared by me, that I not only agnoscere, I not only acknowledge illa dogmata as orthodox, pro orthodoxis, and those are the ones which, quae through proponent, those ones which illi doctores, those teachers of our church, in this their own writing, they set out or they propose, and in other writings, halaeisque, they propose to the whole world. Now, I think here we might have an error, because orbi can only be, as a third declension noun, it can only be masculine singular and dative. It cannot be an ablative. Toto, it seems to me, von Schurman wants to be a dative, but the dative singular in the masculine is toti, because totus is an irregular adjective. So unless I am mistaken, this is an error. It could be a printing error, not von Schurman's error, but a typesetting error. But I believe this ought to be toti. My viewers can disagree with me. Another question I have about this passage, of which I'm not sure, is whether pro is to be taken here in a substitutionary sense. That is, I admit, or I think that I must declare that I not only acknowledge those dogmas, illa dogmata, not as orthodox, but in place of the orthodox ones. So is she here showing her departure from established orthodox beliefs in order to follow those ones of her particular church, Labadie? Or I should say, de Labadie, that is the theologian and the freethinker whose ideas von Schurman adopted. So it's not clear to me what the pro means here. Perhaps, again, my readers, my viewers can clarify that. But also, so I think that not only me non solum, but also universam doctrinam, that the whole doctrine of those men, which, the doctrine which, that's quam, to us, both publicly and privately, daily, quotidiae, they impart or they teach, impertiunt. We could also translate impertio as to share, bestow, or communicate. This is the fourth conjugation verb, impertio, impertire, like so. She says, I learn, comperire, that per omnia, in all ways, or thoroughly, that doctrine, that doctrinam, conformem, is in conformity to, or is consistent with, divine scripture. So to review the whole of this long sentence quickly, it's also quite a beautiful and well-constructed sentence. And so, in the first place, primo loco, here, I think, censeo, that I must state, mihi declarandum, that I not only acknowledge agnoscere those dogmas, the ones that are taught by our theologians and proposed to the whole world, those dogmas, I acknowledge them pro orthodoxis, either as orthodox or in place of the standard orthodox views, but also, said etiam, that's the me, I find, comperire, or I learn, that the whole system of doctrine of those men, universam doctrinam illorum, I find that it is conformem, consistent in all respects per omnia with the divine scripture. And that is the doctrinam here, which quam impertiunt, which they teach us both publicly and privately on a daily basis.
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the lesson, please press the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment.